engage.
All right, numbers for this game about participants, who's here, who's coming, that sort of thing, and impact.
Sure. So 10,000 athletes. They bring in, additionally 15,000 people with their friends, family, and so the total visitor in attendance would be over 100,000 people. You're looking at economic impact 75 million for in the span of basically 2 weeks. So yeah, it's huge for our community.
Talk about, I guess, the role we are on, and this is what this game's, what we've already had is done for Birmingham, and what this game will do, is, I guess, it will continue to be a sports destination. Is this all part of that puzzle? Talk about that.
Sure, yeah. I think we've been on, we talked about it earlier, we've been on a great trajectory in terms of our sports and sports events that we brought in, but if you look at the National Senior Games, you look at what we've got going on with the World Games now, all this kind of feeds into going after opportunities like the World Police and Fire Games.
And in that reputation is Birmingham is continuing to, that reputation is continuing to spread in the country and the world. Talk about that.
Yeah, internationally, again, you can't host an event like the World Games without really having the resume and the wherewithal to put those games together. So that does nothing but, again, springboard us into other opportunities.
Tight timeline, what has to happen, when and where? So
we're submitting the bid now, and then ultimately we'll make a bid presentation later in the spring, and then we should be awarded the games, if everything goes well, in the spring.
Okay, all right. County?
Against whom are we competing?
Right now, they've looked at cities domestically. I think at one point Boston was a city they were looking at, as well as back in Australia. There were several cities in Australia. I don't think we know all of the competing cities, but yeah, those are some that have kind of I have heard.
And is the financial, all right, 2 from the county, 2 from the city, is that all the financial bids we're putting in, or is others private companies will add on?
Yeah, we'll have really a private public partnership, as well as certainly the state will be involved, we hope. It'll take a village to put this together.
Roughly overall bid, do you think you're talking about, what range or something? Overall bid, throwing the city, private, public, city and county,
so
state.
Ultimately we would look at a potential budget of around $11 million. So that's kind of the number. 11 to 12 is the number that we're looking at.
And so that's a large number. But again, talk about the impact, huge.
So anytime you spend 11 or 12 million dollars and make 75 million, that seems like a pretty good investment to us. And then what it'll do for our community, get our first responders involved, and just the tourism economic impact, I think will be tremendous for us.